just having the energy to do it all?
I keep my phone open because if I don't keep it open, then I'll focus on one thing. And then if a client calls, he doesn't reach me. And then it becomes now an email that we need to converse in, where it could have been a phone call of 5 to 10 minutes or 3 minutes and finish it. I like to keep my phone open because a lot of discussions can be done on the phone better than an email.
Yeah.
Better than texting too. So that saves me. It takes a long time making phone calls, but it also saves a lot of time because a lot of times the discussion in email will have to be 4 emails where I can just do it in 5 minutes. That's all. Because an email will take me a few minutes to write anyway.
No, it takes time. It takes me time also. Sorry.
Yeah, sometimes it takes time because it's a long email. Sometimes it's a short email, so it doesn't take much. But sometimes there's a few discussions that instead of being in a long chain email, you can just do it in a 3-minute phone call.
No, even if it's a quick email, I overthink it and I make sure it's written as like clearly as possible. Like, that time could have just been spent making a phone call. So I think that's a great piece of advice,
Yeah.
My last question for you, or my second to last question for you really is, I've asked this to everybody who's been on the show, looking back on your journey, coming up, doing everything you've done and where you are now, what would you tell your, earlier self? Hey, like Maor, keep at this, or, Maor, maybe don't do that. What would be the one thing that you would tell earlier Maor to do or not do?
Probably be more patient. Probably learn how to accept certain things, even if it doesn't make sense. Maybe to try to understand the context of things earlier, like the undertext, and, not to take everything as, like to understand time as there's certain things that are now and you really got them to do them now, and certain things that looks like now, but it's not now. More understand the concept of time, because we might hurry up on something that doesn't need to hurry up, and then something else that does need, we're thinking, oh, it's the same as the other, and then you don't hurry up when you're needing to. So kind of understand the situation better and communicate with the clients on that level where they're comfortable working with you, but you can also, you put your boundaries earlier, and it took me years to know how to do that because English is not my native language. And I come from a mentality that's very upfront and direct. Not everybody likes to get it. So you need to learn how to work the words. And my vocabulary was not as good as today. My experience in communicating in English is better today than it was before. So those are, the things that, the patience, the communication, the understanding of time and how to explain things to the client on that level. And also earlier, your aim is high and you're thinking you're going to go there. You don't have the patience. You're rushing, you're rushing, which is good because it makes you want more.
Yeah, it means you love it, but it's a long game, right? It takes time. You have to... There was a certain point a couple years ago where I kind of said, you know what, I need to learn to enjoy this journey and not just think about where I want to be, and kind of enjoy like the intermediary, steps that I'm at right now. And that was really helpful for me. But it does take away a little bit of that drive of like, let's get this, you know what I mean?
The drive is good because it pushes you to improve. It pushes you to bring in things. It pushes you to excel and get more experience and get your 10,000 hours. And
sure.
But there's the downside of it, as I mentioned, and the downside of it is that sometimes it's rushing you and it's agitating you without you even noticing. It's putting you in a...
Yeah. Well, I really resonated with the point that you made about some things are actually urgent and some things are not actually urgent. And I find that the things that are very important for me, I'm sometimes just postponing because it doesn't seem urgent, but like because I keep postponing it, I'm not doing those important work that are, foundational stuff. And I'm just, working on the regular client, artist stuff that I need to work on. which seems more urgent, but maybe can wait a bit. And so that's definitely a lesson I'm going to take to heart, after having this conversation. Maor, this has been really, really fun. What's the best way for people to find you on the internet and learn a little bit more about you?
You can go to my website, maorappelbaum.com. It's maorappelbaum.com. I'll repeat, maorappelbaum.com. Or just Google my name, Maor Appelbaum. I have like 6 Facebooks. And I have an Instagram, Maor Appelbaum Mastering. And there's some videos with YouTube with me. And there's like even a masterclass that I did called Creative Mastering with Maor Appelbaum. And basically, website, Facebook, Instagram.
Just Google him and you'll find a lot of information. That's But I'll put links to all that stuff in the show notes so people can go find it there. Maor, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it, and great to learn from you and get to schmooze with you. So yeah, hope to be in touch. Thank you so much.
And we can do another one if you want later on in the future.
Amazing. Yeah, totally. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Secret Sonics. I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Maor as much as I did. If you enjoyed this episode or any of our other episodes, I'd super appreciate it if you would go to Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review. It really helps the show. And if you could share this episode or your favorite episode with a friend or two, that would also really help the show move forward. In addition to that, you can find us on social media. Just search for Secret Sonics. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. And you can email me at secretsonics@gmail.com if you have any comments, feedback, guests you might want to recommend, anything like that. So that's about it for now. Until next time, I hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe out there and dig in. Bye-bye.